Okay, so today we're going to talk about pronoun antecedent agreement. Last week we looked at subject-verb agreement, and most of these rules will seem very familiar, so we're going to move kind of fast. So we learned earlier that a singular subject takes a singular verb, and singular verbs end in S. All of those rules about singular subjects would also apply to pronouns. And so if you're going to use a pronoun to refer to what's called an antecedent, which is the word a pronoun refers to, it has to agree in number, gender, and person. So let's take a look at this. The first rule here is singular pronouns refer to singular antecedents, plural pronouns refer to plural antecedents. So here we have Arthur Mitchell founded his own ballet company. His is a singular pronoun. Now, singular pronouns tend to care about gender. So singular pronouns say whether or not someone is a boy or a girl. Arthur Mitchell here is a man, so we're going to say his. But raccoons, ends in S, more than one raccoon, often dunk their food in water. We're going to use the pronoun their, a TH pronoun, because it refers to raccoons, which is plural. There's kind of a bit of a rule about plural pronouns. Plural pronouns tend to begin with TH. You can't use a TH pronoun unless it is plural. All right. Some pronouns indicate gender is the next rule. And singular pronouns are the ones that tend to indicate gender. The plural pronouns don't at all reference gender. So here are the singular pronouns for boys: he, him, his, himself. Here are the ones for girls: she, her, hers, herself. And then if something is not masculine or feminine, so this would be for objects, or if something is like an animal, we usually don't acknowledge the gender of an animal. We use these words: it, its, and itself. So here's the example. Rudolfo is a boy, so we're going to say his. Maxine is a girl, so we'll say her. The river is a thing or a place, so we're going to say its. All right, so if you have a singular antecedent, you're going to have to tell us what gender it is. Either it's a boy, a girl, or it doesn't have one. And then down here, they talk about person. So person indicates whether a pronoun refers to the one speaking. So if it's about the person who's speaking in the sentence, it's first person. The one spoken to, this is the word you, usually, that's second person, or the one spoken of, which is third person. So here, if you look on the next page, are example sentences for each. First person, these are the words I, myself, and my. Second person is you and your. And third person is they, their, or themselves. And then there are other ones like he and she that are singular. All right, so we learned about indefinite pronouns, and we, I said that, don't be a stubborn Stanley or Stephanie and copy down these lists. All of these lists still apply. If you use one of these words in the sentence and then refer to it, anybody, anyone, anything, each, either, everybody, your pronoun has to be singular. And that means it's going to have to be about gender. So it's going to say he, she, or it, or you, some form of one of those words. So here's some examples. Each is on this list. So each of the birds had staked out its own territory. Because we use the word each, we have to use the word its. Now I bet you that the word their, T-H-E-I-R, sounds pretty good to you, but it's wrong. You can't use a TH pronoun if this indefinite pronoun is in the singular list. You have to use a pronoun that does not begin with TH. So you can't say there. Here's another one. Someone left a pair of shoes on the boys' locker room floor, and he had better pick them up before the coach sees them. I bet you that the word they sounds pretty good to you here. That's wrong. You can't use a TH pronoun to refer to someone because someone is singular. If you don't know the gender of the person, like here, I guess everyone in the locker room is a boys' locker room, so they're all boys. If it was just like, I don't know, a place where we didn't say it was the boys' locker room, just a locker room, we could say he or she. But you can't use a th pronoun to refer to any one of these words. So if you see any one of these words, don't use a pronoun that begins with th. Okay, next. Here is another rule. Indefinite pronouns do not indicate gender. Often a word in a phrase does. So since singular pronouns have to be about gender, you have to look at little clues like women here or men to help you figure out whether to say his or her. Okay, so and if here's another rule. If it can be either masculine or feminine because there are no clues, then you have to say he or she. You have to say this, he or she, his or her, or rephrase the sentence without the indefinite pronoun. All right. So here it gives you informal situations where people use they. That's not preferable, so please try not to use they if you mean he or she. All right, this list here, these are always plural. These are always plural, both, few, many, several. And so that means you will use th pronouns with them. So several there. Several of the seniors discussed with the principal there. So because we're using the word several, which is in the list here, we're going to say there. The judge met with both. Both is in the list, so we're going to use a th pronoun for it there. You can only use a th pronoun, that's they, them, their, themselves, if it uses a antecedent, one of these indefinite pronouns that are plural. Here is a list of words that depend. So when it depends, you have to look at clues in the sentence, like prepositional phrases, that will tell you what all, any, more, most, none, or some are. If the prepositional phrase is singular, like document here, some of the document, which is singular, you'll have to use those gendered pronouns, some form of he, she, or it, or you. But if it's plural, like the files here, some of the files, you're going to want to use a th pronoun. So if it's in this third list, you'll want to use the th pronoun if it's plural, and you have to look for these prepositional phrases and these clues. All right, 5S. So you want to use a plural pronoun if you have two antecedents joined by and. So Hilda and Lupe, you can say their. And then here we have Ethel, Jared, and Cam. So Ethel, Jared, and Cam, because we're joining with and, we're going to use a th pronoun. So that's okay. And then antecedents joined by and that name only one person, place, or thing, or idea, take a singular noun. So for my birthday dinner, Dad made chicken and yellow rice, which I guess is one dish. It's one dish here. So we're going to use the pronoun it to refer to it, even though it's and, because it's like peanut butter and jelly or macaroni and cheese. It's really one thing. All right, a singular pronoun to refer to two or more singular antecedents joined by or. So if you have singular words like Paul and Diego, and you combine it with the word or, you have to use a singular pronoun, which means one that's he, she, or it, or some form of it, like his. And then we have Sue, nor, Maria. And they're both girls, so we're just going to say her. I bet you the word there sounds better to you. Neither Sue nor Maria remember to bring their vacation photos with them, and that's wrong. It's got to be her and her. All right, so go ahead and try exercise 6, 1 through 10. And the task here is to make corrections where you see fit. I'll read off the answers in a little bit. Good luck.